came here in '69 with two 10-speed bikes, my then wife and I. I've been riding on the streets of Halifax pretty much ever since, and have observed changes in how many cyclists. There's a whole hell of a lot more now than there used to be. And in spite of everybody complaining, I think cycling is easier and safer and more accessible these days than it was when I moved here. I think the city could be a whole lot more aware of cycling. They've put things into the plan saying, oh, we want to make the streets AAA, accessible, all ages. They don't really include all seasons in that planning. Anybody who's on a bicycle knows how slippy it can be when you run into ice, snow, slush, piles of wet leaves, construction gravel, all of that. And nobody's clearing that off as a priority. The city has failed and failed and failed again to really enact those priorities in a way that is evident to the people who actually use the streets. I've been in four cities in the last few weeks that have vastly higher percentage of bikes, higher percentage of people walking, better mass transit. London, Paris, Lyon, Marseille, places where we could look not just to North American street guides, but around the world to say, what are best practices? What can we learn from actually observing how people make use of the streets as citizens, exercising mobility rights to the commons that we have been building over hundreds of years for people and their stuff to get about the city. Now that I'm just about to become 80, I've got two artificial knees and waiting on surgery for an artificial ankle. Have just acquired a transformation kit to turn my bicycle into an electric bike, electric assist. I've observed that there are huge amounts of different technologies hitting the roads, hitting the pavements, hitting the sidewalks, sharing them. And the whole city's response has been, well, can we draft new laws that are enforceable by new tickets or existing tickets? And frankly, I think that's a very poor way to look at how we're to build a culture for the city that really takes into account other ways to move about than just giving priority to cars. Long before there were motor vehicles, we had streets, we had roads. We even had bicycles before we had motor vehicles. So it's time to actually get our act together.